See this water on the floor? Most people will say it's a clogged drain. They are wrong. It's not the drain. The pan under the coil rusted through. There is a hole in it. Why did it rust? Somebody put this coil in crooked years ago. Then they left. Now we have to fix it. So stick around, I'll walk you through the whole thing. Let's go. It's an 8 a.m. Monday morning and we're replacing the 5-ton coil. We're replacing it just because it's leaking the water from the pan and we cannot find any available replacement for the condensate pan. Therefore, we're just replacing the entire unit. So stay tuned and we'll show you step by step how to do it. Alright, so first and first, we'll need to evacuate the freon from the line set and make sure it's empty before cutting it off. So what I'm going to do is basically open up the cover and I will try to evacuate all the freon inside the condenser coil itself. So hopefully it will be the case and I will not need to go and grab the recovery tank because I'm pretty lazy. So I'll need two gauges, the liquid and the vapor. Okay. And next thing, I'm opening the king valve caps. I'm closing the liquid line king valve. So therefore, when I start the condenser, it will start pushing freon all inside the coil and suck the freon out of the suction line. So that's the idea, to trap all the freon inside the condenser. Alright, liquid valve is closed. And as you can see, the pressure starts dropping. It basically can't move all the freon to the condenser coil, so only the recovery tank to evacuate partially the freon and proceed with the opening. So I'll go grab the recovery tank and probably the recovery machine as well. So see how it's going. Try to push as much freon as possible to the tank using the system's compressor. So let's see. All right, now it's going a little bit better. We have 50 psi left on the vapor side, so hopefully it's gonna work. This is really old unit. I think it's somewhere like 20, 30 years old, but it's still doing the job. Hopefully we can squeeze out another like 5 years out of it. 20 psi. Let's close it up a little bit. You don't need to go crazy here like deep vacuum, but at least to push it towards the zero and then just to close the line. That will be more than enough. Alright, 3 psi, almost there. Yeah, it's still some freon inside. Yeah, it's grown up to 10 psi. I think that's all the liquid freon just right now evaporates. So sometimes also the king valves can be not sealed completely. So that's why also you can just lose the pressure. But I'll go ahead and push it a little bit more. Don't want to also overload the compressor. Alright, it's zero again. Liquid line also going towards zero. So these compressors, they are not supposed to work in a vacuum. Therefore, you don't want to like run them lower than zero. Okay, this time looks like it's recovered all the freon from the line set because it's still stable around zero on the both lines. Right now we have both valves closed. This pressure right now, that's the pressure of our line set. Pretty good. So we'll go ahead and cut the lines down on the evaporator and we'll move from there. So another quick tip: uh, this furnace is located in the closet, and when you open the closet, basically you can feel when the warm air coming in or the cold air coming in. So and therefore, I was curious, either this is about just missing the insulation on the pipe on the ducts, or something else. So and actually, once we remove the coil, it's now becoming obvious that it's a huge gap right there. So and that's why all this air, that's where all the air coming in from. So you can see it now better. That's how it looks like. That's how it looks from the inside. Yeah, that was not the best work of the installers, but we're going to fix it as well.
One minute, 37 seconds later.
Here's the part that gets me mad. Why does a pan rust through? Water. Water that sits one spot for years. So why did it sit? Because the coil was not level. Someone set it in with a tilt. The pan is made to drain. Water should run down to the low corner and out. But if it tilts the wrong way, the water just sits there. It sits all year, year after year, and water sitting on the metal does one thing. It eats it.
Thousands of tears later.
So remember this gap in the old duct? We are going to seal it with the mastic and the mastic tape. As well, strap it with the screws. The new coil goes in, and this is where the closet fights back. The coil is a little bigger than the old one, just a little, but in a tight closet, a little is a lot. We pushed it, we wiggle it, we line it up on the furnace. It took some work, but we got it to sit right.
6.5 hours later.
All right, so this fella is up and running right now, and we'll go ahead and do a bunch of gauges, measure the subcool, it's complicated, drop some free on it, and when it's done, it's done. This unit has 20 degrees subcooling.
So we have almost 15 degrees delta temperature for the supply and the return duct as well. Slightly higher subcool just because we have a higher static pressure inside the ductwork. So that's the best we can squeeze out of this unit. Especially considering if this is a hairdressing salon and there's a lot of heat guns inside, it's pretty good.
So it's like, I could say 12 gig ceilings. So this unit is slightly smaller with this settings, and I'll put like 6 or 7 ton. But unfortunately, this unit is, I don't know, 20 or 30 years old. And it's still doing the job, so let's keep it running. We're trying to do coil, do drain line, new piece of the line side. So I think for the next 5, 7 years, should be safe. Most likely, the next problem would be the condenser. Then it start corroding and leaking. Now, it's good. So, thanks so much for watching. And like it or don't like it, put thumbs up or down. Leave some comment, and I'll see you next time.